Good morning, everyone. I'd like to send a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us today. You've already taken the first step in incorporating self-reflection and meditation into your daily life. I am Christina Drakonakis, the Associate Dean of Students at DURI and the head of the Health and Wellness Center at the American College of Greece. I found that life in its mysterious ways tends to send us a teacher only when we're ready to receive. So it has been for me this past week. As I was reflecting on what to say in the introduction, my father, who has been teaching me all my life, regardless of whether my ears were open and ready to receive, enthusiastically shared with me the name of a book, an author he is currently reading. It is called A Guide to the Good Life, The Ancient Art of Stoic Joy by William Irvine. I was ready to learn this time and downloaded the book immediately. In this book, the author breaks down the Stoic philosophy of life to a level where we can incorporate it into our lives. Turns out, what our presenters, Sophie and Titsa, will share with us today are integral tenets of Stoicism. Stoicism gives us a way to interpret and react to life's challenges and joys. For example, learning how to recognize that some things in life are under our control and others are not, allows us to take the next step to admit that we have the ability to change some things and that others are definitely out of our control. So if we agree with that statement, we can move on to one of the most important aspects of that realization. We always have control over how we choose to react to a situation. We have control over our emotions, the time and the energy that we spend on the positive and the negative emotions. Well, this won't be new to those of you who are familiar with the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Today, Sophie Tamalis will lead us through thought exercises so that we can practice recognizing what we have to be grateful for what may be causing us pain or discomfort, whether it's something we have control over, and then how to move beyond those negative emotions. I want to share with you just a little bit of Sophie's background. She was born and raised in Amman, Jordan, with a BA in dance and a strong background in exercise, meditation, and wellness. She's been working at DURI since 1990 as a group fitness instructor, a faculty member, recreational sports coordinator, and finally the wellness coordinator. She has expertise in Pilates, training and meditation. She's worked at spas and sports club in Greece and Jordan and had a daily fitness program on the Jordanian national television. She's also participated in congresses and seminars in Greece and abroad, special training in grounding, Reiki, biosynthesis, pranic healing, and Sophie speaks Arabic, English, French, and Greek. Also joining us today is Titsa Kostadlis. Titsa is a Qigong instructor in White Tiger Qigong. She is also a citizen of the world, born in Kuwait, and has lived in Greece and many parts of the world. She holds a postgraduate degree in education, has been an educator working with the International Baccalaureate British Curriculum Schools in Dubai and Jeddah. Titsa has expertise in energy healing and Reiki for over 20 years. She also shared in her bio that it took her a week-long Qigong workshop to awaken her to the power of the ancient Chinese practice, not only to heal herself, but to eventually become a certified level 3 White Tiger Qigong instructor. She's been teaching in London, Dubai, and now in Athens. She now assists Master Tevye, who's the founder of the White Tiger Qigong, on his online worldwide teacher training. She studied with various teachers in Thailand and recently participated in an advanced retreat in Dubai. Titsa will take the thought exercises that Sophie will guide us through, and in a crash course, guide us through simple Qigong breathing and movement exercises, where we further develop awareness by looking inside ourselves, using positive affirmations to release the negative thoughts and energy stored and pent up in our body. Also assisting us today is Barbara Radman, our international business major at DURI and one of our beloved student assistants at the Office of Student Affairs. Let's join Sophie and Titsa for a practical session on how to become thoughtful observers of our lives.
Hello, everyone. I'm Barbarita, And for today's session, I would just like to remind you that you should have some things ready with you, such as some rubbing alcohol, a waste basket, 2 items with a nice scent. Personally, I chose a lemon and some cinnamon. And optionally for later on, for introspection purposes, a paper and pencil. Also make sure to wash your hands and have some empty space for exercise purposes. I'm very excited for this workshop today, and I'm sure you will enjoy it just as much as I. Now, to do a little session outline about what we're going to do. First, we're going to have some introduction regarding detaching and observing, then practical techniques, including breathing, mindful exercise, and then finally the Qigong practice for 15 minutes. Overall, this session will last about 40 minutes. And at the end, you may have a nice Q&A and tell us more about what you felt during this session, because we love to know about your feedback. Now, I would like to remind you at this time that you should have your microphones on mute and your cameras off, as this is a recorded session, and as well as the questionnaire that I have linked in the chat. At your own discretion, when you feel ready, you can fill it out because we'd love to hear your feedback. Now I'm going to give it over to Ms. Sophie Themelis. Ms. Sophie, take it from here.
Thank you very much, Christina and Barbarita, for your wonderful words. Christina, I'm so glad to be working in our team. We do lovely things. And here is one more session that I think is going to also be a record. We have lots of participants from different parts of the world, and I like that. So you are a person. You are a doer. You are a maker. You are a cook. You clean. You are a cleaner. You are a reader, you are a blogger, you are all kinds of things. We are all kinds of things. But do you ever stop and take a minute and observe truly who you are? When was that the last time you did this? You know, it's not like you just watch what you are. I have curly hair, I'm wearing glasses, not really, no. It can be as simple as watching how you walk, maybe how you talk, how you brush your teeth, how you get up in the morning from your bed. Which leg goes first? It's the observation. Now, it's not enough to only observe. Actually, it's very hard to be an observer because you have to detach. You have to step out and watch and observe. Like you're watching a movie, maybe, right? You have to be unemotional, definitely, otherwise it's not going to be neutral. And for you, once you reach a point where you are a neutral observer, you will definitely decide what you like about yourself, so you're going to keep it. Maybe there are some things that you can fix, so you fix them first, and then you keep them. And maybe some stuff you really have to delete, throw away, and not even look back at them. So this knowledge, if we learn it today, it will help us in the future, because it will help us become non-judgmental about ourselves, especially, and others. And also in this session, we're going to have something really wonderful, which we haven't done in the past, because usually I cover the workout or the body exercise. In this workout, we're going to have the mind-body connection through the White Tiger Qigong. And we are very lucky about to do this. You're going to love it. We tried it yesterday for 5 minutes and we went wild. You're going to like it. In other words, how do we detach? Our mind is a monkey mind. It's always telling us things. Do this, do that, plan this, plan that. Oh my God, what did I do yesterday? What am I going to do tomorrow? What shall I wear? What happened? What is this? This is too much. Deadlines, papers, exams. We're always busy, 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 busy. We are never living in the present moment. Never. Or actually, hardly ever. Now, the practice of observing yourself actually lets you free. Sets you free. You're not thinking of tomorrow. You're not thinking of yesterday. You're just thinking of the moment. Being the observer is a vital step in changing some things, because if you're not observing, you'll never change. You'll go on living the same way forever and ever and ever. So once you observe, you may want to change your behavior, the way you react. If somebody does this to you, how should you react? As I said before, it requires detachment because you have to be unemotional. You're like watching a movie called Sophie Thamilis. I'm watching what she's doing. Aphrodite is watching her movie. Aphrodite, she's watching her own movie. Everybody's watching their own movie. Just like an observer. The act of being the observer brings awareness. So there's no confusion, there's clarity. Instead of the mess, which is all over, there's clarity. It's this, this, and this. Life has its own way of unfolding. When you become an observer, you're going to watch the natural pattern. Oh, and then this happens, and followed by that. There's a pattern. And once you understand all these things, it's going to become much easier for you. So let us see what we can do in this workshop, how we become observers. This is one of my favorite icons. Look at it, read the little bubbles around this woman in her warrior pose, and not warrior pose because it's actually a warrior, a fighter. We're always wondering, what should I cook? Did I drive? Shall I drive my kids to school? Should I stop at Sclaviniti on the way back? We're always wondering, planning, thinking, do I look too fat? What about my headwear today? All these things, we're always wondering. It's truly a monkey mind. Yes, no, here, there, shall I not? Shall I say yes, but what if? Tame your monkey mind. It needs to be tamed. Just stop. How do we do it? This is the introduction. How do we detach and how do we observe? You are the blue guy, the blue person on the side, and you're carrying your magnifying glass. Imagine you're observing the planet. It's in front of you like a little ball, and you're just watching it from the top, looking down. It goes closer. Aha, there's Europe. You keep watching, you're observing. It goes closer, taking you to Athens. You keep observing. There you go, taking you to your house. You are detaching, and here you are. You're just observing. So you are a person sitting probably at your laptop, at your computer, working, doing this workshop. We are going to start with a few exercises, and that's why we asked you to bring a couple of things that have a scent. I would like you to have them handy next to you. Anything, maybe a cream, essential oil. I would like you to have them very handy next to you. I have an orange, I have some cinnamon. They're right next to me because I'm going to work. You have to apply this because it's going to help you. It's part of the being detaching and being the observer. What I would like you to do, also we asked you to bring some alcohol, to apply some alcohol on your hands, rubbing alcohol, even though you washed your hands, because this is going to help the sensors in your hands be activated and generated. So just give them a little rub. If you don't have alcohol, it's okay. Just rub your hands. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to start with the first exercise. What I would like you to do is take a look around you in your place, in your office, in your room, wherever you are. I want you, ignore the slideshow. I want you to identify 5 things. Any 5 things. Any 5 objects. Identify your chair. Identify the mouse, the computer mouse, your glasses. Please find 5 things to identify, to see. Five things, sure. My jacket. Perfect. I would like you to touch now 4 things. Any 4 things. I want you to touch 4 things. Maybe your hair, your shirt, your skin. Just touch any 4 things. Great. Please close your eyes and identify 3 things that you can hear. Any 3 things. The sound from your computer. Make sure you're identifying 3 things, any 3 things. Even the sound of silence is a sound. Great. Could you please open your eyes and bring the 2 items we said? I would like you to smell one of the items. I'm scratching my orange because it's going to give me the scent. Smell. Inhale and exhale. Enjoy the breath. Identify the 2 things that you are smelling. Any 2 things. Really concentrate on the moment. Now you are smelling something. This is what you're doing. Great. Not bad. 2 things. And now let's go for the last one. Rub your hands again. Place them pressing against each other. I would like you to close your eyes. Try it. Okay, you don't want to close them, fine, but I would like you to close your eyes and think and identify one emotion. Something that you feel, anything that you feel. Take your time and concentrate on only that feeling. Okay, not bad. First step, it went well. Let's go for the second step. Feel more comfortable. Maybe you can stretch a little bit. Don't stay there, just sink into the workshop. Be part of it. Now, again, rub your hands. I would like you to close your eyes, but if you don't want to, that's fine. I do not see you, it's up to you. I would like you this time to place your palms facing each other, but you're not going to touch. So they're really very close together, but not touching. Okay? Close your eyes. Okay, somebody's microphone. Close your eyes, and I'm going to start asking you to detach and observe yourself. Let's see. Observe your posture. You're like a 3D, 3 dimensions. Observe your back, the side, the corners, up and down. Just observe your posture. Keep breathing. And now observe your breath. Are you breathing? Are you comfortable? Observe if you're comfortable. With your eyes closed, which colors are you seeing? Continue breathing and observing. Did I like the smell that I smelled a minute ago? Is there any breeze in the room? You're only observing the now, you in the now. How do I feel during the workshop? How do I feel about Miss Emily's voice? Continue breathing. Do I feel hot or cold? Let me see. How do I walk when I walk? Observe yourself. When I talk, do I move my hands? You're only observing and nothing more, nothing less. Perfect. Open your eyes. Stretch a little bit, move off your chair, shake your legs, do whatever you want. Don't stay seated. And now let's sit down again. So again, if you want to put alcohol, fine. Otherwise, just rub your hands. Again, the palms are facing each other. They're not touching. They're there. I would like you to close your eyes. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 4 more of these. Inhale. And exhale. Please don't stop, because I'm going to take it a step further. I would like you to detach and observe how you are with others. Continue the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. This is your last time. So yesterday when I ran into Maria, how did I feel? Did I speak? Did she speak? Did I like the conversation? When I am with people, am I the one who starts talking? Do I start the conversation? Continue breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. The palms are facing each other, the shoulders are relaxed. Hopefully your eyes are closed. And you just breathe, detach and observe. Do I listen or do I prepare the answer instead of truly listening? Are there things that I should change to make my conversation better? Perfect, you guys, good job. Please open your eyes. And let's move on to the next slide. So just to have a little resume of what happened just now, when we become aware, when we detach and observe, we become aware of the outside and the inside. It's not just when I'm driving, what's happening in front of me. I'm always aware of both, what's happening. We notice how we behave, how we feel, how we think. And definitely observation brings clarity, which leads you to deciding what you want to keep, what you want to change, what you want to fix. Eventually, it may help us come to terms by accepting ourselves the way we are and accepting others. You know, when we observed the planet with a magnifying glass as the blue person, we may feel very, very small as part of the earth, but we are actually very important. When you observe, you see the natural pattern of life. You see the natural pattern of the universe, and you recognize how much you are part of that big one. This is really fun. I would like you to feel comfortable. You can sit down on the floor, you can stay where you are, but I want you really to be comfortable. This exercise will take us around 10 minutes, a little bit less. First, we will run it like a slideshow while I'm explaining, and then we'll do another rerun where you're gonna close your eyes and do it without watching. The first time we're gonna watch. It's called the widescreen practice. It's visualization. I would like you to imagine a screen, a computer screen, maybe your TV or something. It has a beautiful white color. And on that screen, we're going to start writing things. Things that we want to keep, things that we want to fix, and things that we're going to throw away or delete. We're going to observe. Let's start with the keep. So, let's say this is your beautiful screen. I would like you, with an imaginary pen, write down something nice on that screen. Maybe you can start by remembering a beautiful moment, a beautiful a memory. So think of something happy, how you felt about it. Write it down. It could be something loving, something kind, something warm. Write it down. Love and kindness. I would like you to extend your hands this way to the imaginary screen that you have, where you wrote that feeling, and simply send it light. So you're going to send light to that beautiful thing that you liked. It could have been when you ate a nice ice cream at the beach when it was hot. It was loving, it was nice. The second example. Again, this is your beautiful screen. As you can see, the sign on the side, it's a fixing thing. You're going to write something that you think needs some work. It could be, let me see, Barbara, what could it be? Something about generosity. Fine, that's nice. Was I generous yesterday with somebody that I saw looking in the garbage? Did I give them money? Did I give them food? Was I generous with my colleague? They asked me for information. Did I share the information with them? Was that nice? Or maybe I did not. So some of these things could be fixed. What if I fix those things and I color my screen with blue? I'm going to paint it all blue because I can fix those things. And once I do, I'm ready to send light. Not bad at all. So let's go for the third example, please. Again, this is your beautiful white screen. It's empty. You're going to write something that is really not nice. It's not you, you don't like it. Maybe something related to honesty, right? So I'm writing down on my screen something that was not very nice. I misled somebody in the information. That was not nice, that was not me, I don't like it. Anything related to honesty that you really don't like at all. Okay? Decide you don't like it. I would like you to cover it with a purple color. The whole screen turns purple. And not only this is not enough. You're going to grab all the purple. Create a little purple ball, like garbage. And you're going to throw it into your bin. You already have a bin. You're going to throw it in your bin. That's something that you're going to get rid of. It's not me, I don't want it, it needs to go to the garbage. Okay? So, let's go to the next slide. Yes, and what after we do this, we send light because we are people full of love, full of light, and that's the only thing we know. The next slide will tell you what we just did, because we're going to run one more example. You will run each emotion again one by one and decide what we want to do with it. But it would be nice that you do not look. You saw the process, and I'm going to be leading you. So, again, put some alcohol on your hands. The screen is not going to move, so you don't cheat. You're going to follow my words. So you're sitting up nice and tall. You have your beautiful white screen. If your eyes are closed, that's lovely. I'm going to write something beautiful on that white screen. A lovely feeling, a lovely emotion, full of kindness, full of love, full of beauty. I'm writing it down on that white screen. I continue breathing, imagining it, observing it. And then I'm going to extend my hands to the screen as we learned before. Send it more love, more light, make it grow, make it bigger. Feel your lovely energy going through your palms to that white screen. It's gold, it's silver, it's beautiful. I'm going to keep that. May I have more of that. I have a smile on my face, I have a smile on my soul. It's definitely a keep. Please don't open your eyes if you want. So, relax a little bit, extend your arms, stretch a little bit, you change position, because now you're ready for the second one. Again, you're sitting up nice and tall. Rub your hands, palms facing each other. Relax the shoulders. Please close your eyes if you want. Again, imagine your beautiful white screen in front of you. This is stuff that I would like to fix. You're writing something on that white screen. I think I can fix this. I do not need to keep all the information for myself. I can share it. Maybe I can change this. Take your time, decide on that. Don't forget to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Your back is nice and tall. Once you think you found the solution, how you can change it, you're going to cover that screen with blue paint, the whole screen totally. Paint it blue, you're changing it. Extend your hands in front of your chest. Again, give it light, blessings, love, the energy to change. When we are full of love, we vibrate at higher level. Even your palms will feel more tingling sensation. So truly give forgiveness for that change that you're going to do and love. Great. So move a little bit so you don't stay seated in the same position. Relax, stretch your arms, shoulders, because this one is a big one. It's stuff that you're going to get rid of, stuff that you're going to delete. Remember, if you do not remove old programs from your computer, there won't be room to put good stuff. So we really have to throw away. So here we are again, rub, rub, rub. Palms facing each other. Relax your shoulders, the back is nice and tall. Continue breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. On that beautiful white screen, you're writing something that you really do not want, that does not belong to you. It could be a thought, a person, an idea, a concept. Just write it there. Continue breathing. But make sure you write it totally there so you can see it. And now you're going to take the purple paint, cover the whole screen with your purple paint all over. Totally. Don't leave any empty corners. Cover it totally. Reach out and grab that purple away from the screen. Create your purple ball. That's the stupid thing that you don't want. It does not belong to you. It's not you. Throw it in the garbage. Make sure you throw it in the garbage. It's out of your way. Please open your eyes. Not bad at all. I wish I can see your faces. It's important that you clean your hands again with alcohol now because we threw a very bad feeling or idea or something that we don't want. And with this thing, I am gonna take you to the moment that you've been waiting for. I know I am. Let's go to the Qigong practice and our wonderful, wonderful Titsa. Titsa, you take it from here.
Thank you very much, Sophie. Thank you so much. First, I want to thank you again for having me over here and to be able to share this wonderful practice with you. Thank you, Mrs. Dragonakis. Thank you, Barbarita. It's just great to work with you guys. It's really cool. Well, so I'm here to introduce White Tiger Qigong. Yes. So it is actually, what is Qigong? Qi means energy and Gong means action. And so what it is energy in action, and it's your own vitality that you're moving around. Where does Qigong originate? Well, it's an ancient Chinese medical Qigong over 5,000 years old, and it originated in the Wudang Mountains in China. There are thousands of different types of Qigong, but White Tiger School is based on the Taoist principles and belongs to the foundational teachings of the Tao Te Ching and Lao Tzu. It combines with traditional Chinese medicine principles as a longevity practice, meaning that you are doing preventative exercise so that you do not get illnesses. So as I said before, the Qi is energy and the gong is just movement. So we can go to the next slide. Okay, so it is the union of opposites. Our body is part of, well, traditional Chinese medicine. The belief is that we are part of nature, that we are part of the whole, we are part of the earth. And this union of opposite, we have the sun and the moon within us. We are yin and yang. And at the same time, the motion that happens in between, we see that in the yin, there's some yang, and within the yang, there's some yin. So there is light and darkness. There is suffering and there is happiness. There is all exists within this. It's all encompassing and it's within us. So we move to the next slide. So in traditional Chinese medicine, they follow the 5-element theory, which deals with the organ system. Before we even look at the organs, though, it's important to understand that as us being an integrative part of the whole and earth and the elements and the reflection of each, we are reflecting what's also outside in our environment. So basically, what's within us, as in the fire element of the heart and the summer season, is also reflected in the seasons in nature. So each organ also signifies the element, and it also signifies the season. And in traditional Chinese medicine, they do descriptive, sort of like prescriptive way of, basically they see how your body is with energetically. These are very high traditional Chinese medicine doctors. It takes a lot to do this sort of, there's a lot of background involved in this. It's just that some of the movements that White Tiger Qigong incorporates have these foundational aspects in them, because as we move, our body, the Chinese believe and have found, due to this, the meridian systems, basically it's rivers. They call the blood flow the rivers. And what we have is the rivers that flow through specific organ systems. And when you know where they go exactly, they've mapped it out, the Chinese, and through acupressure points, and they're able to heal and stagnant energy that can move out. So what happens when we have stagnant energy? What does that mean? Sometimes, like we have the emotions we talked about, you know, like holding an emotion inside when we should be letting go. And we need to be experiencing. It's important to experience what you're going through, but not to attach yourself to that. As Sophie had said, we need to look at it as an observer, stepping away from this, and to look at it from a standpoint outside of yourself. We have these emotions because, and it's true in the Chinese 5,000 years of observation, they arrived at these exact findings by simply observing the human body. What is the human body doing at this moment in time? How is this happening? What is happening within? So they were able, that's how they mapped out these meridian systems. That's how they mapped out the emotion. And at each one, for example, now you see here on the slide, you have fire. So you've got the fire element that resides in the heart. And within the heart, the emotion that is held here is usually sadness. And you want to have peace and serenity. So you can balance them when we'll talk about how to do that afterwards in the exercise. We're just going to explain what the cycle is. Then you get fire creates earth. So earth is in our body. It is depicted by the spleen. Okay. And the spleen, it holds usually anxiety and worry. And so you need to release those things. And it's when you know where your emotion is, what's happening there, it's easier to do specific exercises for release of these emotions. And so from earth creates metal. And metal is the element that is associated with the lungs and the air. Okay, so here we hold grief and, you know, something didn't go right. boyfriend just broke up with me, some loss, something huge, father died, somebody died, loss is the lungs. But, it is an emotion. As I said before, our body is capable of having a whole range of emotions, from the scale of ecstasy to the scale of complete depression. And there's whole octaves in between. So how are we going to balance all of that? And not just balance, but be in the emotion, but not attract it and put it inside you and keep it is the thing. So the next after this, metal creates water, whereas it's got elements of water in there. And the water element is actually the winter season, and it's the kidneys, so associated with the kidneys. Now, in the kidneys, we usually hold fear. And fear is, we have fear of all sorts of things, fear of heights, fear of what's going to happen tomorrow, lots of fears. And so that's a big one to be able to release, and knowing just a little bit more about where that resides is good. So the next, the water creates wood, okay, irrigates the forest and the trees can grow. So we've got wood, and the wood element is associated with the liver. In the liver, we hold usually the emotion of anger. So it's good to breathe forgiveness in this particular area so that we can release the anger. We could be angry about driving to work and somebody, was not doing the right thing on the road, and it can make us angry. Our boss can make us angry. The teacher can make us angry. Mother, father, all sorts of situations we're in can make us angry. But it's a situation, but you're not that emotion. You're not. Just know that you're not that emotion. And then from the liver creates, again, fire, because you burn to create fire. So this is the cycle. Now, what we're going to do, we're not going to have the slide anymore, and we're going to have my screen. I think you can see me. Good, because everybody can see me. Everything's black, but okay. I'm assuming you can see me. Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to scan our bodies very simply. As I said, we are we're the microcosm of the macrocosm. 75% of our body is made of water. 75% of the earth is made of water. The magnetic resonance that keeps things turning, the gravitational pull, all of that, we are part of that. We resonate with that. We pulse with that. Our nervous system is directly connected with that. Our spinal cord is the center of our body. The sun is the center of the solar system. We just remember that you're part of a big, big whole, part of it. And you have access to higher intelligence of creation, basically. And we have access directly through our body to this higher intelligence within our nervous system, within our fluids, within everything. So what do we do that will help us be better observers of ourselves? Okay, so the first thing is, if you can stand up and just have your feet hip width apart and your knees slightly bent. This is called Zhangzhuan. It's a standing meditation. It'll just be a minute or two to do a scan of the inside of our body. So you've got your crown suspended up high towards the heavens. Make sure that you're standing tall, that your spine is completely straight. And what you're going to do, just going to place your hands over your lower abdomen. For the women, that right hand comes down and the left hand goes on top of the right. Okay, and we place it under the belly button. You can either close your eyes or keep your eyes open. It's totally up to you. I suggest to close your eyes so that you can remove sensory interaction, distraction around you, to be able to focus within with your internal observation eyes. So you close your eyes, and now we're observing internally. What we're going to do, we're just going to take an inhale through the nose and exhale. what I'd like you to notice is, are there any tensions within your body that you can detect at this moment in time? Now, the heart is in the thoracic area and the sternum to the left. If you want to take your internal eyes and check your heart and see if there's anything there. We're not attaching ourselves. We're not engaging with the emotion or the whatever comes up. We're just observing. Now we're going to take our eyes, our internal eyes, and we're going to scan our lungs. Your lungs, if you want, you can place your hands on your lungs. It might make that easier. So your hands, just put them just where your rib cage are. Your lungs are right behind that. So with every inhale, take your internal eyes and go to the left lung and then go to the right lung. Is there anything there that doesn't belong? It's just an observation. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to note it. Take a mental snapshot of what you actually can feel, sense, see with your internal eyes. And later on, we could write it in a piece of paper or just keep it in your mind. Now you're going to place your hands in the center of the thoracic area. Basically, it's about 7 centimeters from your sternum down and 7 centimeters from your belly button to the center, around about here, solar plexus area. It's the spleen, and the spleen is actually behind the stomach. Take your internal eyes and just sense. Is there any anxiety, any butterflies, any sensation you feel? Anxious because I have a deadline, I have to write my report, there's an exam, whatever comes up. Then I'd like you to place your hands on your kidneys. So your kidneys are just above the waist, right behind, right below here, the rib cage. The rib cage is right. If you want to open your eyes to see where that's at, it's about here. Okay. Posterior to the abdominal cavity, and it's housed inside the rib cage. So you're going to take an inhale and you're going to check left kidney, right kidney. Anything there that I'm scared about? I'm scared to tell someone something. I'm scared. I don't know. It's your body. You take a mental shot, mental picture of what's happening. Okay. So we've done this now. We've taken a mental image of what's happening. We've checked in. What we're going to do later on is we're going to do, after the exercise, we're going to check in again, but briefly, not with every organ, just a deep breath to see how and what has been, something shifted, something didn't shift. So it is an exercise. The hope of this, the objective of these exercises, that you develop a deeper interoceptive awareness within your body, because you do have the ability to control and to understand. Not so much about control, it's more about, I suppose there is a level of control to, if you can let go and put positive affirmations. What we're going to do now, I'm going to put some positive affirmations just for the sake of the exercise, but your affirmations can be any that you choose. These are just the ones that we're going to do for this particular thing. Now, this exercise, it's called Throwing Away the Garbage. Perfect, because it fits perfect with Miss Themides. We have 2 components to this exercise. So the first one is, you're going to lift your hands over your head and inhale here. And on the exhale, you're going to come down, bend your knees, bring your hands up towards the hips, as if you're going to go skiing. I'm skiing down that hill like this. Whoa, like you're skiing. Inhale up, exhale like that. That's first component. Inhale, and as you exhale, you bring your arms down. So this activates latissimus dorsi, and when you're coming down, it brings the rib cage into the organs, compresses them, and expels all the air out of your lungs. So the deep aspect of air expulsion, like you're releasing every single particle of air that is inside. And it's really important because you get that deep cleansing. Every exhale is a cleanse, and every inhale is a wash. Washing, bringing in new stuff. Exhale, taking out what you don't want. This is the concept of everything you do. So this is the first component was inhale, exhale. Second component, look at my feet. Now just focus attention on my feet. I'm going to lift my heels and then I'm going to drop them. Again, lift your heels and then drop. What does this do? This vibrates your body all the way to the head, and it irrigates your nervous system, and it brings your mood up. It helps dispel disease. It's good for your immunity. So simple and does all these things. But together with the arms and then the movement coming down and dispelling of this together, it's like you took that piece of paper and you threw it in the garbage. Exactly. But you did it to your body. Your body, you released it, because our emotions are stuck in our body. What we think is stuck inside. It's stuck. It's all glued together like this. You don't want to be like that. You want to be like this, right? Exactly. So this is what we're going to do. Together, we're going to breathe in. We're going to do the feet and hands together. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, drop your heels and your arms. So inhale, exhale. Okay, we got that? I think we got that. Now we're going to put the sound into it, because we have healing sounds for each of the organs. Easy peasy. All we got to do is just going to follow me. I do one and I'll tell you what it is, and then you just follow exactly what I'm doing. So for the heart, it's not, the sounds don't come out as if you're singing. It's more an internal, inside, vibrating into the organ, the feeling. So when we do, it's like you're saying, like you're talking to someone in a hush. It's like to release. That's the heart. Here, the lungs, it's liver is shh. Spleen is, we'll do them again, don't worry. And kidneys is shway. Okay, so on the exhale, you exhale the sound. On the inhale, we're going to do two for each organ. Okay, one is going to be you're inhaling the affirmation and you're exhaling what you don't want. Now I'm saying an emotion, it could be your emotion at that moment in time, something different. I'm just, for the sake of the exercise, putting an emotion to the actual, usually this is what we hold in this organ, but for you, something else might come up, whatever comes up, and you exhale that right out of your body. And when you drop your heels, really feel like, I'm taking this out. Don't want it anymore. No. Works. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'll do facing this way, since you know what to do. So we're going to do the heart first. So it's an inhale. Is there a question? I'm sorry, I can't see the question. We can talk Q&A at the end, but it's not going to be long. Okay, so inhale, peace and serenity, and exhale, sadness. Now we inhale, and with the exhale, we're going to exhale, ha. Ready? Go. Inhale, exhale. Now we go to the lungs. Inhale, joy and happiness, and exhale, grief. The sound is, so on the exhale, it's Inhale. Liver. Inhale. Forgiveness. Exhale, anger. Now inhale the sound. Exhale the sound. Shh. Shh. Now the spleen. You're going to inhale nurture and support, and exhale anxiety. Now on the exhale, it's now you're going to go to kidneys. Kidneys holds fear. Remember, we're going to inhale willpower and courage. Exhale fear. Now we're going to do the sound. The sound on the exhale is chui. Chui. Okay, that's the end of it. So we're going to gather the energy, lift our heels, gather the energy, bring it over the top of your head, down the crown, down your third eye, down your heart, down to your lower dantian, scoop up from the earth into here. Okay? Take a deep breath and just feel your feet, that they are the bottoms of your feet, the soles of your feet are like roots all the way down to the earth. From the earth, you're gathering all the nutrients that go up your feet, up your legs. You feel your ankles over your feet. You feel knees over your ankles. You feel your hips over your knees. And then you feel your spine all the way up to your head. At the crown of your head, it's as if there is an imaginary string that suspends your entire body up to the heavens, and you're standing tall. Your back is completely straight, and you are a conduit between heaven and earth. Now bring in that beautiful white light up from the heavens, down from the string, down into your head, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders. Relax, just relax. And it just washes down the whole of your body until you get to your feet. Take just a last minute scan of all of the organs that we just did. Take a few breaths here. What do you see? What do you feel? Is there any sensation here? Is there a relief? What kind of feelings are coming up? Everything is accepted. Accept everything. The first thing is always to accept what comes. It's just an experience. It's just a feeling. Okay. So we take our fist. This is the moon. We take our hand, open it like a palm, put the fist into the palm like this, and we're going to bow out. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed and you got a positive. I'd like to know how the feelings, but yeah, at the end we'll probably talk about this.
Titsa, that was wonderful. That was amazing. I'm sorry I'm interrupting because people are leaving. They're beginning to leave because they have classes. So we have to wrap it up as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
No problem. Sorry about that. Yes, just that.
No,
Yeah.
do you have something to finish with, please, sweetie?
No, if you guys want to contact me for classes, I'm available. My contact details are here, and I'm happily to have classes. I've got a schedule Mondays and Fridays, usually 11 till 12. Yeah, It's okay. You'll
Great.
see the schedule online. It's fine. I don't have to. Whatever you like, just contact me. I'm happy to teach and to help with trauma, to help with insomnia, to help with all sorts of things. Even with physical injury, we can work with all sorts of things. It's a healing practice as well. So yeah, I want to say it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
We have wonderful messages on the chat. I wish we have more time to talk, so we have to finish it up. So now here, this is a little
Yes.
exercise that you can do at home. Next time you are going somewhere in a supermarket, in a park or whatever, just observe. Take a minute to observe, smell, hear the sounds, observe, write it down. You can share it with us, this experience. And then the last slide is, please, to remind you to give us your feedback before you leave. It's very, very important. It will only take you a couple of minutes. And now once we start with the questions and answers, we will stop recording so you can feel free. You can turn on your cameras